Welcome, friends. Welcome to the next discussions on the Economics for Everyone series. Uh, we have been discussing about the various schools of economic thought process, and as an outcome of various schools of economic thought process, we also uh, understood that how these schools of economic thought process over a period of time influenced various economies, decision making in various nations. They had a profound impact on the way in which various economies have run. We had discussed in this various economic school thought process, starting with the classical economics, which has probably laid the foundation of capitalism in countries like the United States of America. We have discussed various classical economists: Adam Smith, David Ricardo, J.S. Mill, J.B.C., Alfred Marshall, and among others. We also discussed about the schools of thoughts of socialism, which formed the foundation in countries like USSR, which is now Russia, and China and other countries, influenced by the philosophies of Karl Marx, Marxian principle. We also discussed about the Keynesian economics, how it was helpful in supporting the world leaders in getting out of the Great Depression in the world. So we also touched upon what we call another parallel system, like monetary economic thought process, which is more towards classical economic thought process, but making money as the money supply as the central theme under Milton Friedman and others. So over a period of time, we realize all these thought process have translated into broad economic system classification, the way in which economies have run. Theoretically speaking, we have seen the circular flow of income and expenditure, how which depicts how the nation's economy, how the structures are built, and how the system is being run. And broadly, these systems are come to known as one follows, which is the market system, invisible hand, what we call the capitalist system, influenced by the classical economic thought process. Another is what we call socialism, communism, influenced the Marxian thought process. The third is a mix of both, called the mixed economic process. And with that, we start with the basics of economic systems. Okay, which is the basis. As we know, this is a system, the way in which economies are shaped. These are the participants. We have seen it in the circular flow that the major key participants in any economic activity are the households and the firms. The transaction between them gives away to other activities. We have the financial system, which is the mediator, moving the flow of financial wealth, or what do you call moving the resources from the surplus to deficit. And in an open economy, we have a foreign sector, and all governed by the government. Now, this system is common across nations. Any economy can be depicted by this. But the way in which the system will be run, like what is the degree of proportion of government intervention vis-a-vis the foreign intervention? What is the role of private sector firms, okay, vis-a-vis the government? How the structure is organized, um, how the financial system works, what is the openness to the foreign sector, whether they are more open or less open or closed, all those things. So this is determined by broadly ideology or theory or philosophy or the system they follow. Like it could be socialism, it could be capitalism, it could be mixed economy, as I said earlier. So the way in which they run these systems depends upon their basic belief in the system which they follow. Okay, any one of these three systems. So a study of economic systems, I'm talking about the definitions basic, includes how these various agencies and institutions like government, participants, household, firm, foreign sector link to one another, how information flows between them, and the social relations within them in terms of property rights, structure of management, the structure of institutional structures, the level of government regulation, all those. The analysis of economic system traditionally focused on the dichotomies and comparisons between how market economies and planned economies, and that is to compare how this country which follows market economies works, how what is the performance of a country which follows planned economy. There's always a comparison between US and USSR, erstwhile USSR, now Russia. So this is South Korea, North Korea, and other countries, like many other countries. Comparison: a set of people who followed one system, let's say capitalism, other people who followed socialism. So the analysis of economic system traditionally focused on dichotomies and comparisons between market economies and planned economies, and on the distinction between this capitalism and socialism. Okay, so we'll keep discussing as we go through it in the next session, the economic systems and its futures. Okay, thank you.